Welcome everyone to our discussion about the history of Romanticism, a movement that transformed literature, arts, and idea. Romanticism is emerged in the late 18th century, flourishing the primary in Europe during the 19th century. This era was a reaction to societal, political, and industrial change. It is celebrate individuality, nature, and emotion, leaving a profound mark on literature, arts, and philosophy. The work of romantic author that continue to inspire us, reminding us to value the creativity, freedom, and the beauty of the world around us.
Romanticism is one of the most important historical events of all time. Romanticism isn't a war or a piece of technology or a political event. It refers to the birth of a new set of ideas. It is about a mindset and a way of feeling. Romanticism began in Western Europe in the mid-18th century in the works of artists, poets, and philosophers. Romanticism is best understood as a reaction to the birth of a modern world.
William Wells Brown's 1814 to 1884 was an African-American abolitionist, novelist, and historian born near Lexington, Kentucky. He escaped slavery and became a prominent speaker and writer advocating for abolition and social justice. Brown is best known for his novel Claudel, or The President's Daughter, 1853, which is considered the first novel published by an African-American. His works often addressed the harsh realities of slavery and the struggle for freedom.
Harriet Beecher Stowe and Harriet Jacobs were writers who used emotional stories to talk about slavery. Stowe's book Uncle Tom's Cabin made people feel strongly about the wrongs of slavery, using ideas of good versus evil and Christian values. Jacobs, in her book Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl, shared her personal struggles as a slave, focusing on strength and freedom, while the writing showed the real pain of slavery. They also used some romantic ideas like emotions, individual strength, and moral lessons to inspire change.
Now let me introduce you to another known person or author during the Romantic period, who is Ralph Waldo Emerson. He was born in the year 1803. He is a philosopher, essayist, a poet, and a leader of transcendentalism. When we say transcendentalism, it is advocating for the spiritual connection between humans and the natural world. And that's the reason why he wrote Natural in the year 1836 related to that theme. He also wrote Self-Reliance in the year 1841, a celebrated essay emphasizing individualism, nonconformity, and personal intuition. He also wrote The American Scholar in the year 1837. It is a speech often called America's Intellectual Declaration of Independence.
July 4, 1804, and that in May 19, 1864. His Romanticism's conservation and focuses of themes of sin, guilt, and morality. And second is Herman Melville, born August 1, 1819, and September 4, 28, 1891, that he died. And his Romanticism contribution focuses on faith.
Edgar Allan Poe was born in Boston, Massachusetts, United States on January 19, 1809 and died on October 7, 1849. He was an American writer, poet, editor, and literary critic, best known for his poetry and modern detective short stories, particularly his tales of mystery and the macabre and the raven, etc. James Russell Lowell was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, United States on February 22, 1819 and died in August 12, 1891. He was an American romantic poet, critic, editor, and diplomat who was known for using humor and dialect in both verse and prose.
The Romanticism period was marked by several significant historical events: the social, cultural, and political landscape of Europe and America. Napoleonic Wars, 1803 to 1815. Conflicts that shaped European politics and inspired Romantic nationalism. The Peterloo Massacre, 1819. a violent suppression of a political protest in Manchester, England, highlighting the tensions between government and citizens.
The Romantic era 1830 to 1870 was shaped by the Industrial Revolution, which caused widespread urbanization and mechanization, prompting writers to idealize nature, individuality, and emotional depth as a response of dehumanizing societal changes. Influenced by the French Revolution and nationalist movements, Romantic literature explored the themes of freedom, heroism, cultural identity, and rebellion against oppressive systems, often drawing on folklore and medieval traditions.
One example of historical events during the Romanticism period spanning from 18th to mid-19th century is the Napoleonic Wars. It played a major role in shaping the Romantic era. The wars and the figure of Napoleon Bonaparte represented both the ideals of revolution and the danger of unchecked power. Poets like Lord Byron, who had first-hand experience with the struggle in Greece, celebrated the heroic and the tragic aspect of the era, while others like Percy Shelley critiqued the political and military conflicts. The wars influenced themes of heroism, the fall of empires, and the tension between freedom and tyranny in Romantic works.
The Romantic period at 18th to 19th century was influenced by the major historical events. The French revolutions in 1789 inspired writers to focus on freedom, individual rights, while the Industrial Revolutions led to rapid urbanization and harsh working conditions, which Romantics criticized by celebrating nature and emotion. The Neopolitic Wars in 1803 and 1815 brought ideas of nationalism and realism. Is also reflected in literature. So these events spark a shift in society, leading to focus on personal freedom, imagination, and the beauty of nature in romantic works.